Good Tuesday morning. God is so good. We are in the day of July 23rd. Can you believe it? This month is almost over. And we do as our pre-reading Psalms. So today was Psalms 23. And I tell you, the Lord is our shepherd. What we shall not want. He maketh us to lie down in green pastures. And he leadeth us beside still waters. And he restores our soul. You know, when I started thinking about the green pastures, the Lord brought my mind back to when we were in Ghana. And there's this national park in central region where it is a tropical rainforest, but it's a public park, and it's called the Kakum National Park. And you have the animals there, the African elephants, all these beautiful exotic birds and monkeys and what have you. Well, anyway, they have this high canopy walkway bridge that extends 160 feet into the air above the trees, and these canopies are suspended by this bridge. This canopy is hanging to all the trees across the park. Well, anyway, we walked across this bridge, and I'll say that this bridge is not more than 12 inches, a foot and a half, no, a foot wide. And so you heard people in our tour group screaming when we walked across the 7 bridges. And here's a picture of it, right? Yeah. Anyway, in verse 4 of Psalms 23, it says, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I will fear no evil. And even though we might be in some crazy situations, the Lord will make it so that we are smiling, happy. Because why? Because He is with us. His rod and his staff, his word, his spirit is with us. He comforts us. He anoints our head with oil and it runs over. Hallelujah. He prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. So you might be on your way to a meeting with some haters at the boardroom. Guess what? He'll anoint your head. And then I'll be like, wow, why is he able to keep his mouth closed? Because God's strength. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life. And we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Hallelujah. So we are in Deut.25. Continuation of, if, you know what, and I said last night, you know, if women receive rejection or experience it. But yeah, I know men, you know, get dumped too, or are done dirty. And it might not be a relationship. It might be a coworker that, you know, threw you under the bus or what have you. Well, something about Deut. 25:6. So, backstory. When a man would get married back then, and if the man passed, and the man had a brother, then it was duty for the brother, if he was single. Well, I don't think they really cared. I mean, because they had multiple wives. The brother was to take on the widow, right? His sister-in-law, and they were to procreate. And that was to preserve the name, right? Now, what happened is if the brother-in-law was like, in verse 8, I laughed when I read these words. If the brother said, I like not to take her, I really don't want to be with her, okay? Rejection. And he said that to the elders. Well, they went through a whole process as far as she would have to take the shoe of the guy, spit in his face, and he would have to walk around, and I guess he had this banner saying, you know, he did his sister-in-law dirty, he refused to, you know, be her husband or to, you know, do whatever needed to be done. Again, he had that banner. So men, women, you know, what's the point? The Lord is our shepherd. He is our comfort. He is our nourisher. We don't have to go to other people. Thank the Lord. And another situation was if a wife saw that her husband was in a fight and she tried to protect her husband, right? This is for these two girls who are trying to protect R. Kelly. Was that the Savage and Joyce and whoever, those two little girls? Look, y'all need to find out what God's will is for your life. Get in school and work on yourselves, okay, sweethearts, because you don't know if he ever going to get out and if he's going to be able to, support you. So what am I saying? If the wife tried to protect her husband and she jumped into the fight, and if she grabbed the other man's testicles, what would the people do in that village? They would cut the wife's hand off. She was trying to protect him. So what I'm saying, ladies, don't do too much. Don't be presumptuous and overbold and go outside of the will of God when you're trying to do good, but it might not come off that way. So what am I saying? Bottom line, let the Lord be your shepherd. Let the Lord protect you, guide you, and nourish you. And be content in that, even if someone did you dirty. Use that as fertile soil to grow into the woman or the man of God that he wants you to be. Okay, have a good day in the Lord and enjoy his blessings.